All right, last week we worked on the order of operations. This week, that was 5.ato.1. This week we are going to do expressions, which is 5.ato.2. So you have numerical expressions, and that's kind of like an equation. And then you have word form. So your job is to read the words and try to write the equation, or read the equation or the expression and try to write the words, okay? So let's look here at what the words say. It says add 17 and 13, then divide by 2. Okay, so what is it telling me to do first? It's first telling me to add 17 and 13. If that's what I have to do first, I know that that should go in parentheses. So add 17 and 13, then divide by 2. And that then is big because it means I'm doing it after I already add 17 and 13. Let's skip down here. Subtract the product of 6 and 5 from 50. Now we know product means multiplication. So subtract the product of 6 and 5. So if product's multiplication, I know that I'm doing 6 times 5. Product of 6 and 5 from 50. So I am subtracting this from 50. So I know that I'm doing this first. And if I'm taking it from 50, that means that 50 needs to come first. So I am subtracting the product of 6 and 5 from 50. So make sure that you see that key word. Down here, it says subtract 15 from 25. If I am taking 15 from 25, that means 25 needs to come first. And I am taking 15 away from it. Then multiply by 6. So this has to come first, then I multiply by 6. So these are some pretty big key words that you need to think of. Then and from. Okay? Now let's do it the other way, where this time we write the words of the expression. So this is 25 plus 25 times 2. So I could say add 25 and 25, then multiply by 2. Does that match that? I added 25 and 25 first, then I multiplied by 2. All right, let's look down here. So what do I have to do first? Well, I think I have to add 8 and 6 first because that's what's in parentheses. But I know that I am taking that from 40, right? 40 comes first. I am taking that from 40. So I could say something like this. Subtract the sum, because we know that's addition. Subtract the sum of 8 and 6 from 40. So I'm taking 8 and 6, and I'm getting the sum of that, and then I am subtracting that from 40. Let's look at the last part here. Well, I know that 8 times 3 is in parentheses, so I can say multiply 8 and 3, then divide by 6. So key words here, then, from, okay? And think about words that match the operation. Product, sum, okay, etc. All right. So really honing in on those words. Okay, let's look at another problem. Let's look at something like this that says, write the equation for, I know it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can clear it up for you a little bit. It says, write the equation for 14 less than twice a number is 20. Whew. 14 less than twice a number is 20. Well, I know that if it is 20, that my answer is going to equal 20. Okay, I know that is 20. Less than. Less than tells me it's going to be subtraction, right? Yeah. Twice a number. Well, it didn't give us a number. So if it ever just says a number, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to pretend that the number equals y. Okay? So our number is going to equal y. So 14 less than twice a number. Twice a number. I think that means that the number would be multiplied by 2. I would double it. So I think that works. 14 less than 2 times a number equals 20. All right. Write in equation 4, 14 less than, so I know I'm taking it from something, twice a number, and we're going to pretend that our number is y, equals 20. All right. Let's also take a look at this problem down here. Okay. It says evaluate. It says j minus 10 plus j when j equals 16. So I have j minus 10 plus j equals what? And it's telling us that j equals 16. So I'm going to go ahead and take that 16 and put it wherever the j is. So 16 minus 10 plus, what did we say j was equal to? 16. Let's see what we get. 16 minus 10 is 6. Drop the 6 plus 16 down, and I get 22. So my answer to that problem would be 22. Okay. Let's look at another problem here. Let's do one more. Let's look at number 7. Okay, number 7. Number 7 says, write the mathematical expression for divide 144 by 12, then subtract 7. So I have to divide first. 144 by 12, then subtract 7. So 144 by 12, then subtract 7. Does that make sense? I think so. All right, I know that this can be kind of tricky. There's a lot of different words in here that you have to pay attention to. Remember, the to and the from is very, very, very important. So we're going to start small with expressions that look like this, but eventually we're going to work up to those ones that you saw the examples from on your test. All right, keep practicing.